Hi, thanks very much for including me in your project. My name is Cassie, I'm a writer and an editor. I'm from the UK, Britain, but I live in Mexico. I am a writer who writes really primarily about exploring Mexico. I have a blog, I have written a book, I'm in the process of writing a second book, and I write for magazines such as Yucatan Today, talking about how to explore this region of Mexico, Yucatan, where I live, with kids, how to have a lot of fun here and get the most out of your time in the region. I'm also an editor. I work with people on their novels, helping them turn their first drafts into the books that you see in the shops. I help people write academic articles. I also am the senior editor for this magazine, Saving Earth, which is an environmental magazine. Who do I work for? Well, I work for myself. I have chosen not to work for a company. I used to work for companies, but I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy working 9 till 5 and being told that I needed to sit down at a desk and work all day long. I want to manage my own time, my own money, and work when I feel like working on things that matter to me. That doesn't always work so well. If I'm working for myself, I get very involved in what I'm doing, which might actually mean that I end up working 8 in the morning till 6 at night, or even later, because I'm passionate and excited, but I'm working on things for me. So some days I may not work at all. Some days I may say, you know what, today I'm really tired. I think I'm going to sit and read my book, or I'm going to watch TV, or I'm going to go for a walk, or I'm going to play with my kids. But it's my choice. I get to do what I want, when I want. I got fed up with working in an office and being told what to do by other people. I used to work in international development, which meant I was living, a lot of the time living, but also just sometimes working in countries in Africa and the Soviet Union. So I spent 2 years living in Rwanda, a year living in Ethiopia, and then other times I was based in London, and exploring and working across the same regions, but living in London. How did I get started working as a writer and an editor? Well, I decided I'd had enough of working in international development. I wanted to work for myself. My family and I decided we wanted to leave the UK, we wanted to come to Mexico. I've always written and I've always edited. Actually, even in my jobs in the international development field, I was always the writer and the editor for any company I worked in. I had to write proposals to get money so that we could run the projects I wanted to run, and I had to write reports telling people what we were doing with the money, and that's a difficult job in itself. So I was always writing and I was always editing. Anything that came out of any company I was working for, I probably edited. Because I have a good grasp of the English language, I care very much about grammar and communication, and I understand how our language works. So that's how I was able to then set myself up to work for myself. I've been using these skills and developing these skills over many years, but I did not study English or English literature or English grammar. I did at school, I didn't at university. I studied Egyptology and Hebrew literature, so I was still studying languages and how languages work and how literature works. I also have a degree in Israeli politics, but my degrees do not specifically lead to the job I am doing. But that's okay. As long as you have a good education and a lot of passion, you can become a writer or an editor. You just need passion, really. To be an editor, you do need the education, you need the ability to manipulate and understand how the grammar works and how language flows, and to be able to understand an arc of a story or work out really what people are trying to say. You need to know, more than the person doing the writing, what they are trying to say. Your job is to tease out the absolute best work from other people. So you read what they've done and you say, but what are you really trying to say, and how can I make you or help you say that better? So university has given me a lot of the skills I need to be able to do that, but what I studied is actually irrelevant to what I do now. The main skills and education, as I say, are enthusiasm and tenacity. Don't give up and be excited and enthusiastic. What do I enjoy and what do I find difficult? I love working with people. I love helping them bring out the best in their writing and help them really find the nub of their ideas so that they can explain to other people what it is that makes them excited. That makes me very happy. I love exploring Mexico and writing about that for myself, for my books, for my website. But as I said, I'm not good at saying no to the work, and I'm not good at selling my own skills. I'm not good at charging the right amount of money. I know I undercharge because I still just want to be able to help people and I want to make it affordable, and sometimes the numbers scare me if I put big numbers on my work. That is my problem, and that is something I'm working on. Even grown-ups are still working on improving themselves all the time. Your next question is, what made me want to do my job? Well, as I said, I wanted the freedom of not working for anybody else. I wanted to be able to do something exciting that I'm passionate about, so I write about Mexico. I absolutely love Mexico. I love being outside. I love exploring. I love taking my children and showing them what's going on around the world and helping them to understand how the world works, giving them an opportunity to have adventures. That's really what made me want to do my job, and then I want to share that with other people. I love sharing things with other people. It remains the same. I've been doing this for 5 years or so now, and I absolutely love it. I love helping people explore Mexico, and with my editing, I love helping people bring out the best in their work. How does my job affect my lifestyle? Well, as I said, I didn't want to work 9 till 5, but actually sometimes I find myself working maybe 8 till 6 or 7. But I can say no. I have to be able to say no. I find it hard to say no because sometimes there's a glut of work and sometimes there's no work. So when there's a lot of work on offer, I want to say yes to that work, but I'm learning to say no because I have to also manage my time and my family's time. And the point of working as a freelancer really is that you can choose when you work and that you can make sure you have a great work-life balance. I have no desire to be sitting at a desk all day, every day. I want to be out running around on the beach, looking at archaeological sites, learning about this amazing region in which I live, and helping my kids do the same. So I think that I work to live, not that I live to work, which is what happens to a lot of people when they get carried away working in an office, in my opinion. So my lifestyle it's about living in Mexico and exploring Mexico and getting to know Mexico. I have turned my passion for Mexico into my job, which makes me very, very lucky. What are my tips for people who want my job? Yes, you saw my paper there. I would say read all the time. If you want to write and you want to edit, you need to be able to manipulate and use your language. I'm not talking about English. I don't know what language you might be interested in using. It doesn't matter, but you have to be able to use it and enjoy it and roll it around your mouth and enjoy the sounds of the words and feel the poetry and the joy of language. Every language has something that it does wonderfully well. I adore English, the way it sounds, the way we can use it. It's such an enormously rich language. I love that about it. So read. It doesn't matter if you haven't got a formal education in writing or in editing. It is still possible to do if you love literature, if you love words, if you love books. So keep on reading, let your imagination soar, start writing now, believe in yourself, increase your vocabulary, find out what works and what doesn't work for you. Why don't you like some of those books that you're reading? What is it that makes them not very good? And what separates those books that are just average from those books that grab your mind and don't let go? Anyway, I hope that was helpful, and best of luck with your project.